What's going on, everybody? This training right here is specific to the MA Cross strategy found in GoldCup. I'm going to break down how to read the chart. I'm going to help you guys get GoldCup if you don't have it. I'm going to help you set the chart up. And then the first thing we're going to do, we are going to go over what these indicators mean. So I suggest you maybe get a small piece of paper and a pen, take a few notes. It's pretty simple, and let's get straight into it. All right, so all right. So the MA Cross strategy, it is called MA Cross due to the fact that it is two lines, both of them are called a moving average, okay? And when they cross, simple enough, that's a MA cross. And I hear an echo. Okay, go back to here. Okay, so when an MA cross happens, two lines cross, MA cross. Simple enough, okay? There are three confirmations that we look for, okay? One of them I have coined to be named the Jesus piece, but it is called MA/EMA cross, okay? I call it the Jesus piece because of this purpose exactly. When there is an MA cross, simple enough, okay? Here's the red line. And these lines can differ in color because you can change the color if you like. There will be a candle, okay, that looks like this, okay? And on this candle, it is going to be a cross that looks just like that. So I'll call it the Jesus piece. This Jesus piece cross represents the first candle after the MA cross happened, okay? The first candle that happened after the MA cross. That's all it stands for, okay? Jesus piece is the first confirmation that we look for when we go in GoldCup for the MA cross strategy, okay? Let me erase this real quick. Okay, the next thing is a little bit more in depth. Candles, all right? We use candles that are called Hakanashi, all right? Hakanashi candles, and they represent something, all right, which is pretty simple. All right, let me draw two different Hakanashi candles, and I will show you what they stand for, okay? So, once again, if you're watching this video, you have already watched the basics video, so I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, more into what these candles mean. All right, so when it comes down to the buy candles, which would be going in an upward direction, okay? What we wanna look for when we wanna enter a trade is we want the direction of a buy to go in an upward manner, okay? Hakanashi candles represent momentum, okay? Momentum. So in a buy, we want momentum to go up. This candle right here, it has what we call a flat bottom. Flat bottom. This bottom is flat. Why? Because the market never went below this point. It constantly went up, okay? Constantly went up. So if we are in a buy, we want the value of that currency pair to go up. That is what we want. That is how we make money, okay? Just on the reverse, if it is a sell, we want the value of that currency to go down, all right? And once again, the top of this candle is flat because we want the momentum of that currency in a sell to go down. Just the opposite, okay? So we want flat bottoms in buys because we always want the value of that currency to go in an upward direction, and we have flat tops in sell candles because we want the momentum of that currency pair to go down, okay? So flat tops, flat bottoms, you're gonna hear it a million times, I guarantee you, okay? So Hakanashi candles represent momentum. So if the body of a candle, and let me just give you guys something to look at here. If the body of a candle looks like this, okay, versus the body of a candle that looks like that, naturally the one that has a bigger body is going to have way more momentum than the one that has a smaller body, okay? Now, when you look at these candles, there are two things on this candle. Here's the body of the candle, and then here's a wick, okay? That's why they call candles. They call these little sticks wicks, all right? The little thing that pokes up. What this wick represents, initially, when this candle opened up, basically, depending on what hour time frame you trade on, hour, 4 hours, whatever the case may be, each candle represents another hour. So if it's 12 o'clock, the next candle is going to come at 1 o'clock, and so forth and so on, all right? But initially, when this candle, when it's the top of the hour, okay, the candle's gonna, let me erase these two. The candle will actually look like this, okay? The wick will come about typically when we see something called pullback, all right? So the market starts up the top of the hour here, and when it actually comes down, okay, that is when the candle will initially look like this, okay? And that is what we call pullback. You're gonna hear that term a lot, and that's how we refer to what that is. That's called pullback. Candles can look like this, okay? Which we don't want. We don't trade on these candles where the body looks like this and is a wick on top and a wick on bottom. That is called a doji candle. We don't trade on doji candles. When you see a doji candle, find something else to do. We're not getting that trade. This basically means that the actual candle was indecisive as far as which direction, okay, it wanted to go. It didn't know if it wanted to go up as far as the momentum or if it wanted to go down as far as the momentum. And we stay away from those, all right? What we want to see, once again, I can't stress it enough. We want to see flat tops, okay? Flat tops and flat bottoms, okay? Remember, flat tops are sales. This is a sell. Flat bottoms are buys. And this represent momentum going up for a buy. This represent momentum going down for a sell, all right? So this is the second confirmation, the second indicator. All these different things I'm showing you, the Jesus piece is an indicator, the candles are indicators, and the last indicator that we're gonna go over is called the MACD, MACD, okay? It's gonna look just like this. And this is what we wanna look for, all right? All right, this is called the MACD, MACD, okay? And the MACD measures momentum as well, all right? On the chart, whatever the MACD looks like, 9 times out of 10, the candle will reflect that, and vice versa. If the candle has a flat bottom and the momentum is going in the upper direction, the MACD will reflect that. This right here is a sell, okay? Whoops, let me get this out of my way. This is a sell because the downward motion of each one of these is representing that the momentum of that currency pair is going down. And that is what we want in a sell. So what we want in a sell for the MACD, specifically a sell, we want this red line to be on top of the green line, okay? We want some space in between them, okay? It's no definite amount of space, but we want some space in between them. It has to be below this black dotted line right here. This line right here is called the 0, okay? Both of these lines, the red and the green, have to be underneath, okay? Underneath the 0. underneath the zero. So I'll go back. In a sale, you want the red line over the green line with a little space below the zero, preferably pointing directly down to the ground. In a sale, we want the value of those two currency pairs to go down. So if the momentum is going down, that is in our, we'll make money, okay? So this is for a sale specifically. Let me illustrate what a buy looks like, okay? Now remember, trading is absolutely opposite when it comes to sales and buys. So of course, the buy is just gonna be opposite of a sale, all right? So a buy is gonna look like this, okay? Going up. And no different than a sale, we want this line, the green and the red, okay, to be above the zero, all right? We want the green line to be in front, okay, right here in front of the red line with some space, okay? This is a buy, okay? So once again, for a buy, the MACD should have the green over the red with some space, and they both have to cross the zero. This is the zero, okay? And it has to be pointing to the heavens, all right? Pointing up, this represents momentum. So if you look at something and it's pointing in an upward direction, that is telling us that this value is increasing, this currency pair is increasing in value, okay? So those are the three indicators that we look for in GoldCup when we trade. And I'm going to show you guys now what GoldCup looks like, how to add GoldCup, and we are going to set up a chart. Let me share my screen. Show you guys how to set up GoldCup. You would go into IM Academy, okay? You're going to log in. And when you log in, on the left-hand side, you're going to find shopping cart, okay? Scroll down until you see GoldCup. Check that box. Simple enough. Scroll all the way down. Whatever credit card on file, you can use that. You can change it. Click the yes. Hit order now. You'll be done, okay? To get into GoldCup, you're going to go to GoldCup.im goldcup.im and hit enter. You're going to come to this screen. Use the same username and password, okay? And this is what it looks like initially coming into GoldCup, all right? The first thing I want you guys to do, top left-hand corner, it says strategy. You will see that it comes with 3 strategies initially: the MA Cross, Master Teacups, and Gold Rush. All right, we're gonna just touch on Master Teacup really quick. You do not have to do any charting with Master Teacups. The sweet thing about GoldCup is that it will send you notifications when a trade is either available or when an MA Cross happens. So it's giving you these notifications automatically, all right? Automatically, if there is a teacup available, it will tell you in the email right here on the top right-hand corner of the chart, H1, H4. It'll tell you which one to click, which currency pair to click. You would click that, and right here on the screen, they will give you all the parameters, of course, that you just put inside MetaTrader 4 and go about your way, all right? Really sweet deal. Gold Rush is gold, okay? XAU USD is gold. They gave it its own thing. They do put trades in here. You can also use the chart that we're about to make and apply the MA cross strategy to gold as well. All right. So we're going to go to this top right-hand corner where these 3 dots are. Click those 3 dots. This is how you set up the notifications for GoldCup. And you want to put in your email, really simple. Whatever email you want this to go to, I suggest you put in an email that's on your phone so you can get these notifications right away. Check all these boxes on the left-hand side, and where these time frames are, select 30 minutes and do immediate update on both of these. Once you do that, you'll never have to do it again. When you initially do it, give it about 24 to 48 hours for it to kick in, and you will be inundated, I guarantee you, when the market is open with emails, all right, notifications. But for now, we're gonna go back up top and click strategy and click MA cross. And what we're gonna do now is set the chart up, okay? Once we set it up, you'll never have to do it again. First thing we're gonna do, where it says GoldCup right here, kind of top left-hand corner, right underneath that, it is a picture of some candles. If you hover over it, it'll say candles. Click that and click Hakanashi. Okay? The next thing that we're gonna do is right next to that candle icon to the right, it says indicators. Go ahead and click indicators, all right? And in the search box, type in MA, Mary Apple, MA, all right? Right here, it says MA with EMA cross. Go ahead and click that 1 time. Right below that, it says MACD, MACD. Go ahead and click MACD 2 times, 1, 2, okay? Go ahead, X out. And right now, your chart should look a little something like this, which is a little weird, but that's okay, all right? So top left-hand corner of the chart, you will see MA, EMA cross. If you hover over it, you will see the picture of an eye, and then you will see a picture of a gear. Go ahead and click that gear, okay? And this should pop up. Where it says inputs, the first one, change that number 10 to the number 4, okay? The one below that, change that to the number 50, okay? Right next to inputs, it says style, click style. Uncheck the first 2 boxes. Uncheck the first 2 boxes. This purple bluish square right here, click that, change this color to black, and then at the bottom, you will see a circle that you can slide over to the right all the way and do that, and then just kind of click in this open area and then hit OK. All right. Go down to the MACD. Once again, this little gearbox, go ahead and click that gearbox and you see these little bubbles on the screen. If you hover over the bubble, you see a little finger, double click that, and this box will pop up. All right, you see style, uncheck the MACD box. Okay, uncheck the MACD box. The first one right here where it says histogram, this red box, square, click that, change this at the bottom where you have the little circle slider, bring it all the way over to the left. Underneath that where it says thickness, I select the 3rd one. If you want to do the 4th one, it's completely okay. All right. Check out of here where it says signal. Go ahead, do the exact same thing. Check the square red box, make that thickness a little bigger, a little better, and just like you did the other one, and click outside. Go ahead and click inputs. You're going to keep that 12 exactly the same. You're going to make 26, 18, and the number 9, the number 1. Okay? And then you're going to click OK. All right? Go to the other MACD. Okay? Go ahead and click the gearbox. When you get over one of the bubbles with your cursor, double click. All right? You're going to change the first box to the number 5. The second box is going to be the number 10. And the last box is the number 1. All right? Go ahead, click style. All right? Uncheck the middle box once again. You are going to check this histogram box where it's kind of like burnt orange. and you are going to make this black. Okay. Once again, at the bottom, slide this little circle to the right. Make this thickness, you know, like the third one or fourth one, whatever you prefer. Click out of here. Right to the right of this black box, it looks like a little chart. Click that. Okay. And where are we looking for? I want to do price line right here. It's right in front of my face. Click price line and then click out of here. All right. Then you're going to go down to signals, change this burnt orange color to green. Okay. Once again, slide this over to the right and then make this thicker. Come out of here. Okay. Yeah, we did that already. And then we're going to hit OK. All right. The other thing that we're going to do in this same MACD, click these three little dots where it says more. And right where it says pin to scale, we want to click pin to new left scale. Pin to new left scale. Okay. Then while these, if you don't see any bubbles on your screen like right now, just click the green line. Click the green line. You'll see these bubbles. And you're going to click right over a bubble. When you see that little finger pointing on it, click it and drag it right over the red line and let go. Okay? Once you do that, you are going to go up top to where it says save. Drop this box down, click save. You can name this chart whatever you like. Okay? I'm going to just say example 1 and click save. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is bottom right corner of the chart is the letter A right down here. When you hover over the letter A, it's going to turn into a little gearbox. Left click that and you will see this thing right here. Countdown to bar close. Go ahead and click that. Go back up here and where it says whatever you name your chart, go ahead and click that and save that one more time. Okay. The last thing we're going to do, right here where it says Hakanashi, if you go right here, if you see where my cursor is and hover over Hakanashi, those three dots, go ahead and click that. Okay. Or hold on. There we go. Let me go back and show you. If you click the three dots, you will see these bubbles here on the chart. Hover over the bubble and double click. Okay. Right here, this color green, you can change this color to whatever you like. I make it a lighter green, and I'm going to show you guys why in a second. So I'm going to choose this, like, no, let's see something. That right there, right next to yellow. If you click that green, that's right next to yellow, then just click out of it and do all of these the same way. Okay, this one, okay? When you get done doing that, hit OK. All right, so once again, click that color. The green that's right next to this yellow, that's the one that you want to do. Typically, buy candles are blue, but I changed them to a lighter green for a certain purpose that I'm about to show you guys. All right, so go ahead, hit OK. When you do that, save it again. And at this point, you're done. Okay, this is your chart. The way you actually load this every time you come into GoldCup is you drop this box down right here. It says load chart, and you will find it in this list, and you can click whatever you name it, and it will load. Okay. So when you receive a notification from GoldCup on your email, it's going to tell you what strategy it's sending you, whether if it's MA Cross, a T-Cup, or Gold Rush, right? If it's an MA Cross strategy, it's going to tell you a couple of things. It's going to tell you the currency pair to look for, the hour time frame, okay, and whether or not that currency pair, excuse me, is going up or if it's going down, all right? So if you click H1, you will see a list of currency pairs in here, and if you click the currency pair, it will come up in the chart at like real time, okay? You can zoom in the chart. If you put the cursor inside of the chart and put two fingers on your touchpad or on your mouse and just scroll down, it will zoom in. If you click in the chart and hold it and go right to the left, you'll move the chart around that way too. Right here to the right of the chart, it is a countdown. This timer is going to tell you how much time until the next candle comes, okay? So, and actually what we're looking at is a fantastic example of what we want to look for in an MA cross strategy. And I'm going to explain this right now. Very simple, okay? I will send you guys this document in our group. And if you don't have it, you don't see it, let me know and I'll get it. I will email it to you, okay? We want to look for 3 things. And those 3 things are these 3 confirmations. Simple enough. We look for a Jesus piece right here. That's the first one in this order. We look for a Jesus piece. The second piece, the second confirmation we look for is either flat tops or flat bottoms. Flat tops for sales, flat bottoms for buys, okay? Flat tops for sales, flat bottoms for buys. The second piece is the MACD, okay? Once again, this is what we want the MACD to look like in a buy, green over the red, with both lines over the 0 pointing to the sky, all right? The sell, we want both lines underneath the 0 with the red over the green with some space pointing down to the ground, okay? So these are the 3 things we want to look for in this order. Jesus piece, flat tops or bottoms, and then of course the MACD with the appropriate up or down depending if we're in a buy or sell, okay? So let's go back to the chart real quick. All right, so this is live right now, and what we want to look for currently, if you want to see if the Jesus piece happened, if you go to the top left-hand corner and you just click the gear button, it will pop up. It'll show you instantly where the Jesus pieces are, and you can make that determination if it's a good time to get in. All right, so we have a Jesus piece right here, real time on this trade. We have flat bottoms. And right now, you can double click either in the chart and it'll blow up just the chart, double click to get out, or you can come down to the MACD, double click the MACD, and it'll blow that up in real time to show you what it looks like in a closer view. And this is not a good trade because this is a buy and the green should be over the red and it's not, okay? So another determined factor if you should get into the trade, trading is 100% historical information. Whatever you want to look for to determine if you want to get into a trade now, you can look in the past no matter how long and it will apply, okay? So your most important thing in getting to a trade is your entry point. And right now, if this was a good trade to get into, it would be great because previously what happened before this candle that we're looking at right now, you had 1, 2, 3 flat bottoms. And we want to feel secure getting into a trade. And if you have 3 or 4 or more candles that are flat tops or flat bottoms, because of what the Heikin-Ashi candles tell you that that momentum is going up right now, it is a really good time to get in, okay? If we had all the confirmations, of course, okay? And once again, if you have flat tops or flat bottoms, in this situation, we have flat bottoms, which means that the momentum is going up. The MACD will reflect that exactly, okay? And here is this candle right here. For example, if I double click the MACD, you will see that the MACD is pointing to the sky, okay? That's what we want. The only issue with this trade is that the red is over the green, okay? But let's just go back and just see if we can find something that was perfect. Right here, okay? Here is the Jesus piece right here on this candle, okay? We have a Jesus piece, we have a flat top, and previously before this flat top, we had 2 very big flat tops, okay? But just for example purposes, if we double click the MACD is pointing down to the ground in this instance, okay? So when you see those 3 confirmations, typically it is a very good time to get in. So let me find another one just for example purposes, and I can go over this a million times and it will apply every time, okay? So here is the Jesus piece. We have a flat bottom, and if we look at the MACD, it is pointing to the sky. That means we get in, okay? Like I said, this training doesn't really go over the basics. If you have questions as far as how to get into a trade, we can talk about that later. But this is definitely showing in this situation that you can get into a trade. Now, definitely you want to look at what happened prior to this candle, see what happened. And if there are some strong candles, it is a good thing to get in. If the candles are not strong, if you don't see a bunch of flat tops or a bunch of flat bottoms, wait until the next candle, just for a more secure confirmation that it's okay to get in, that this currency pair's value is going to go up in a buy or down in a sell. Okay? So I always tell everybody, patience will get you paid. It is nothing wrong waiting. It's nothing wrong passing up on trades. It's going to be a million more to come, guaranteed. Okay? So let me just find a sell really quick. That's good. Was this a cross? If you're unsure about a cross, go over here to the indicator and just hit the settings button. And if nothing pops up, it didn't happen. Okay? I thought this was, no Jesus piece popped up. I keep it moving. Okay? So here is a sell right here. I'm going to click it. There's my Jesus piece. I have a flat bottom. And at the same point in this time, the MACD is pointing straight to the ground, which is exactly what we look for. I don't get in the trade unless it's perfect. If it's not perfect, I do not get in. Okay? But the issue here, once again, look what happened before this candle. These are called doji candles. Means that the market was indecisive. The momentum didn't know if it was going up or if it was going down. And this happened 1, 2, 3 times in a row. Okay? And with that being said, I would have waited to get into this trade. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with waiting. All right? A lot of this is going to come with experience. And the more and more you guys look at these charts, it's going to be like nothing to learn from, I'm telling you. When you see a lot of this right here, a whole bunch of doji candles, this is called consolidation. Okay, you're going to see a lot of this sometimes, and that's okay. But when you see this, this is called consolidation, and we never trade on that. Okay, the last thing I really want to go over is how much the MACD and the Heikin-Ashi candles, they mean the same thing, right? Even though this is, let me see if this is a cross. Here's a cross right here. This is a huge Heikin-Ashi candle. The momentum is extremely strong. And if you look at the MACD, if you look at the MACD right here, it's pointing straight to the sky. Green over the red, pointing straight up, okay? One thing I want to show you guys is that the next candle is not so strong, okay? And the meaning by that, if you look at the body of this candle compared to the body of this candle, it is smaller, all right? One thing I want to talk about too is when this candle right here at the peak, if you see right here, let me just get a little arrow for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. This peak right here, okay? At the top of that candle, that is where the value of that currency pair within that time frame reached its highest, okay? And remember, we talked about pullback. So let's just say you got into the trade at this point and it actually pulled back down to, you know, right there, okay? That would bring you down into the negative because the value came down because you got in at a higher point, okay? So, but at the end of that hour, right here, let me see if I can stretch this out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use another line. Right here at this candle, it's not gonna be super perfect, but you guys are gonna get the gist. Right here at this point, I'll make it red. I'll make it thick, okay? So right at the top of this candle, that is where the value of that candle closed out in that hour, okay? So for a buy, it will always close out at the top. So this next candle here, it actually closed out right there, okay? Right here. And of course, the next one closed out higher, okay? And that's what you want to look for, the next candle to close out higher than the last. That's a good thing, even though this one is kind of small. I'm going to show you guys an example where it's really big, but you want it to be staggered, whether if it's going up or whether if it's going down, right? I was pointing down when I was saying up, but you guys get what I'm saying. But here's what I want to point out. When the change in momentum is going to happen, the MACD will let you know. You see how this candle is much bigger than this one? This one's getting smaller and smaller. Well, the MACD will reflect that, okay? For example, I'm gonna put a line on the big candle. Here's the big candle right here, okay? This is really important because this is the difference between you keeping your profit or losing it, okay? So in the MACD, this is that big candle where this purple line is. The next candle, which is smaller, I'm gonna slide this one over. You see how it's a bend in this green line, okay? The next candle is smaller. Look at what's happening. The two lines are coming together. The green and the red are starting to come together. And when they actually cross, okay, look what happens. A doji candle. Why? Because now you don't know whether or not, you know, the market doesn't know if it wants to go up or does it go down. But believe you me, prayerfully, you would be out this trade before this happens. But you would see the difference in your profits that this was starting to happen. And when that happens, typically, you can look at that MACD and know ahead of time that the change in direction is about to happen, meaning from a buy to a sell or a sell to a buy. Like, for example, right here, I'm just going over so you guys can see right here. Here is a flat top, okay? And the MACD is pointing directly down. Look at the next candle over. Here's the next candle. Without even looking, I know that that candle is going to be different because this green line bent, and you can't really tell that the red line bent, but this green line definitely bent. That's a big deal. And look at that candle. It's a doji candle. The next candle over, look what happened. The two lines crossed, okay? Really simple, you guys. The MACD will reflect whatever the candles are doing. So whatever they're doing, the MACD will reflect that. So I always tell everybody to trust the MACD. It is so important. It is so important. If it's not pointing up to the sky, then that momentum is not going the direction that you want it to. If it's not pointing down to the ground and those lines are separated, pointing down, it's not going down like the way you want it to, okay? So really, really, really pay attention to the MACD. I will definitely say that GoldCup will send a lot of notifications, and just because you get a notification does not mean that you get into the trade. It is just telling you, hey, a MA cross happened. Okay, go in, check it out, see if you want to get into the trade, and you can make that decision voluntarily. As long as the confirmations are there, and like I said, I only get into perfect trades, and if it don't look perfect, I do not get in. I'm just going to click through here real quick just to see if we see something live right now. The market is open. On Sundays, it's not that much movement, but the possibilities are there, right? And I'm just going through all these that already had MA crosses today. And, you know, it doesn't seem like too much is out there, and that's okay. Just to check to see if there's anything, and I don't think it is. But okay. But just as a recap, Jesus piece is the first confirmation. Flat tops or flat bottoms. The MACD is last. And once again, before you decide to get into a trade, please look to see what happened before the candle that's current. Like right now, it's 3 flat bottoms, including, well, not including the one that is currently in right now. That is really good. If it doesn't have, I would say, at least one strong flat bottom or one strong flat top, I would definitely wait until the next candle, okay? And of course, the MACD has to be the right way where in a buy, the green is over the red, space between them above the zero. This is called the zero because if you look all the way to the left, this line is at zero. It's that simple, okay? But once you have those 3 confirmations and you can look to see what happened, just for a real quick glimpse at that trade with the candles, if you have the support behind you, you know, whether if it's going down with the flat tops or going up with flat bottoms, it's a good time to get in. This is the MA cross strategy, And if anybody has any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out. We trade this one all the time, and I hope everybody is extremely successful, and I hope to see you guys soon. All right? Bye-bye.